Namaskar everyone, welcome back again. In previous videos we have discussed about nematode and cystode parasites under Helminthes group. Today we will talk about nematode parasites which mainly causes different type of human diseases. We have broadly divided the roundworms or nematodes into two broad categories depending upon their infection sites, that is intestinal related nematodes and tissue related nematodes. So we will discuss today about intestinal related nematodes. If we will talk about both the nematodes, then the video will be more longer and lengthy. So intestinal related nematodes includes the parasites Enterobius, Ascaris, Encyclostomata, Strongyloids, Trichinella and Trichoris. So I have made a short tricks taking their first letter and it will be called as yeast. So Enterobius, Ascaris, Encyclostomata, Strongyloids, Trichinella, Trichoris. So we will talk about first about Enterobius vermicularis. Enterobius vermicularis are commonly called as pinworm and it is mainly causes the disease enterobiasis. And it is transmitted through fecal-orally conditions. What is fecal-orally conditions? Mainly the transmissions are through infected food and drinks, or if there will be any itching around anus and the eggs will be picked up on by the fingers under nails from where they found their way to your mouth and it will swallowed and transferred to intestine. In the intestine they will develop into adult forms and leads to infections. So what are the symptoms? It is morely frequented in children and itching around anus, loss of appetite, sleeplessness. Treatment: thiobendazole, mebendazole. Ascaris lumbricoids. Ascaris lumbricoids, it is really a very giant nematodes. That's why it is called as giant nematodes, large in size, causes the disease ascariasis. It is also transmitted through fecal-orally. So fecal-orally, mainly if you will eat or ingest ripe eggs with raw vegetables which are mainly contaminated with fecal matter which are containing eggs, then it will transmitted through your mouth to intestine. Then through portal circulations it will move to lungs where they go through different types of developmental processes and then it will come again to the intestine and mature into larva to lay eggs and further cycling process will continue. Symptoms: pneumonia, GI symptoms, abdominal pains, vomiting, biliary obstructions due to large size, respiratory symptoms. Treatment: piperazine citrate syrup, hexaresorcinol tablets. The next parasites we will talk about Encyclostoma duodenale and Necator americans. These two share similarities, so I have put them in one group. Both are called hookworms, causes encyclostomasis and transmissions mainly when man walks barefoot on fecally contaminated soils. The infective stage, that is filariform larva, penetrates the skin of human being. Then this filariform larva enter the blood vessels and carried to lungs. Now from lungs they will settle down in intestine. And undergo molting process and develop into adult worms. Symptoms: anemia due to blood sucking, GI symptoms like vomiting, respiratory symptoms and oedema of feet and ankle. Treatment: anti-helminthic drugs will be used and anemia treatment will be taken care of. The next parasite, Strongyloids torcoralis, commonly called as threadworm, causes strongyloidiasis. Transmissions is also same method, penetrates through the bare skin of foot or hand. Generally it has three complex mode of infections, so let's discuss them one by one. In first conditions, if a human being will come in contact with fecal matter containing filariform conditions, it will penetrate through the bare skin of human hand or feet, then it will leads to intestine. In intestine, it will mature, lay eggs, then will transform into rhabdiiform form, and then finally filariform, which is the infective conditions, and again it will infect that intestine again. So it is auto-infections. The whole process will occur in the intestine itself. In second and third conditions, if the rhabdiiform passed in stool, it will form the filariform larva. Again the filariform will infect human body. This is the second mode of infections. In third mode of infections, the rhabdiiform, when comes contact with the fecal matter, it will go through different maturation process and it will form filariform larva, eventually infect human being. So in three different ways it affects human being. So symptoms: dermatitis, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation. Again treatment thiobendazole. Then the next parasites will talk about Trichinella spiralis. Trichinella spiralis, commonly called as trichina worms, causes trichinosis. Transmissions due to ingestion of undercooked or raw meat containing larvae. So if you will eat mainly pork meat which is infected by Trichinella eggs or larvae, it will lead to Trichinella spiralis infections and it will cause trichinosis. Symptoms: invade small intestine, striated muscles, causes muscle panic, facial oedema, fever. Larva in heart and brain causes oedema and necrosis. Treatment: again thiobendazole. The last parasites, Trichoris trichera. Trichoris trichera is commonly called as whipworm, causes trichoriasis. It is also transmitted through embryonated eggs with contaminated food or drinks. Symptoms: infects intestine, acute appendicitis, abdominal pain, diarrhea, blood-streaked stool, loss of appetite. Treatment: same treatment, tablet, thiobendazole will be used. So thank you so much. We will discuss about the tissue related parasites under nematodes in next video.